Okay, we're going to roll right into our NASCAR Sprint Cup Series driver availability, and leading off for us today is Kevin Harvick, and he drives this weekend. He's driving the number 29 Budweiser is Back Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing, and I know this is a special initiative around your great partner Budweiser, and certainly a very stylish cap that you're donning today. I thought maybe that. Yeah. Trust me.
I felt like Dick Berggren.
I'll have one before I leave Martinsville. And you know, I thought when I first saw you, I thought maybe you were coming off the 18th at St. Andrews or something. But talk about a little bit about this car this weekend, and you know, just how you've been running. Obviously, your defending race winner here last year, a thrilling finish, past Dale Jr. there with a few laps to go. So talk about your whole outlook for this weekend, Kevin.
Yeah, this is, you know, last year we ran well here, and obviously, you know, we like to run well here, being it's so close to home. You wind up with a lot of guys from the shop that put in a lot of time and bring their families and local fans and everybody that comes to the racetrack. So it's a fun weekend, and a racetrack that we've run well at as a company over the past couple years, and felt like we've always run well here. We just haven't always got the results that we needed to. So it was fun to finally get that win out of the way last year, and hopefully we can you know, start putting a few more of them in the victory column and go from there. So it's been a good start to the season, and hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Questions for Kevin Harvick. All right, go ahead. Right here, Bob, and then we'll go to David.
Bob Parker, Sporting News. You've had this track is so close to your home. You've had a lot of success here in the truck. Are you missing at all not being a team owner this weekend? This would seem to be like the place that if you would hit you, it would hit you.
It really hasn't. You know, it hasn't even really been on my mind at all. And you know, as I've gone through the weeks, I think it's become even less of a thought as I've been able to do the things on the racetrack and away from the racetrack, and spend time at home and concentrate on you know, a lot of things at home that's with our baby boy coming and the things that are required to change around the house. So there's a lot of things going on, and really hadn't missed it at all, and really underestimated how big of a relief it would actually be. So it's been great, and I still get to drive the cars and trucks and enjoy that part of it, and be more a part of my Cup team off the racetrack, in the trailer, at the shop, and so that part of it's going well.
Kind of follow up on that. When you did that, did you think you were going to have these like missing, whatever, missed it that much, and anything specifically that you've been able to do now that you couldn't do before?
Well, I think, yeah, I'm going to go on vacation for a week and a half next week. That's going to be you know, something that we've been able to do several times now, and to be able to unwind and take your mind off of what's going on at the racetrack is something that you really couldn't do outside of the racetrack, because there's always something happening on the team ownership side of it, and if you let your guard down, it'll swallow you up really fast, so you can't let your guard down. But I think I think the biggest thing is just that time with the team at the shop and in the trailer, and you know, with all the new stuff with the fuel injection and the data that you have to pile through, that you can pile through, you don't have to, at the racetrack. It gives you something. It gives you more time to really refine the things that you're working on, and try to get better at things that you haven't used before. But just that time, whether it be at the shop, going to lunch, competition meetings, I think that's the biggest thing.
Over here at far right, Paul.
Yeah.
Paul, stand up maybe for Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, Paul Woody, Richmond Times-Dispatch. In the past 6 years, you have 5 top 10 finishes, 4 top 5 finishes, 2 top 3 finishes. I just wondered if you ever feel overlooked overshadows as one of the top drivers on the circuit.
You know, that stuff doesn't. I've been here long enough. It doesn't matter. You guys can talk about it or you can't. It's we're not going to make a big deal about what we aren't doing or what we are doing. We're going to sit in our little corner of the world and you know, enjoy running well. If we're running bad, we'll sit back and fix it. And the lower we can fly below the radar, the easier it is for me.
Front row right here, Dustin.
Dustin Long, SI.com. Kevin, after pre-race intros, you guys get put on the back of a pickup truck and you're partnered with another driver. What takes place? What do you talk about? Do you talk about the car? Do you talk about what's coming up, business plans, vacation plans? And I guess also second to that is if you get put on with somebody that you've had an issue with or you're not the best of friends of, what's that like also?
Well, it all just depends on who's in that truck, and you know, it can be friendly conversations about what you're going to do this week or last week or things that have happened, and if it's somebody you don't like, you don't talk. And that's pretty much the gist of it.
Who do you talk to a lot, and are you getting a lot of baby questions?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just most of the time it's just constant conversation, and with the baby coming, there's, you know, a lot more that you can relate to a lot more guys in the garage actually. So that's kind of fun and fun to talk about experiences that they've had and try to get a little insight on things that are going on. So it's you never know what kind of conversation is going to pop up while you're riding around. Depends on how long the ride is. Won't be long here.
Gotta do a little housekeeping here. Change you out here real quick. We good there? Okay. Back in the back, Jeff.
Jeff Foot of RacingToday.com. Kevin, back in the fall here, the 14 passed the 48 on the outside with 3 to go to win the race. How tough, looking back, how tough was that pass, especially under those conditions there at the end?
Yeah, for whatever reason, the 14 has been really good on the restarts and you know, going into last year, and that was one of those moments that you really kind of raise your eyebrows and because I couldn't get my car to go on the outside at all on the restarts last year, and we would lose spots, and he could make it happen for a couple laps up there and you know, take the track position, and that's what won in the race. So those guys have been really good on the restarts. That's probably been our weakest point over the last few months going into last year, and the first start of this year is just the first couple laps. So we're definitely working on that, but the 14 definitely has got that figured out for sure.